Menu narration option is set to off.
Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. the fans are ready for this one. The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking for a crease. It's Young. At the 35, he's got room. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Looking for a crease to the left. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Flying out to the left. At the 30. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. First down here for the offense. Hold and fire complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get more ready. So nice job by the offensive coordinator, giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Looking for a man. It's Mack. Tight end finds a soft spot. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
It's a really nice looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, you know, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers, and then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they've really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me a little bit of that.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And I'll tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
The give to the single back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. To the ground with the back. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Really nice run there. No, listen, modern day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
College football becomes more and more every year, more nickel, more dime packages, more speed on the field. So no matter what you do, I got a guy that can go chase down your quarterback in any situation, and you can see it right there. DB came flying in there, gets the first sack of the game.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Perhaps their punter is injured. Perhaps they don't like to punt. Perhaps they hold an inherent bias against kicking the ball to the other team. Whatever the reason, they'll go for it on 4th and a country mile. And as he throws, incomplete, and the defense holds.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Running back searching for a hole. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. That offensive line is putting those golden domes on the defense and starting to move the ball on the ground.
And we can go back so many years, and the coaches may change, but the brand of Notre Dame is what it is. They're going to be physical. They're going to run the football. That's who they are, and that's how they're built.
They're going to ride this running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Listen, guys, this is one of the top 10 passing offenses in the entire country. Maybe they're trying to catch the defense napping by going goal line and running the football. Not a lot of success on that last play. Hey, bud, get back to doing what you do best. Throw the ball.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. The jet sweep pass. Inside the 15. Off he goes. And they will score. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to go up top on first down. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
Quick strike complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown time. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Georgia Tech has been almost unstoppable today offensively. Between the game plan and the play calling and the execution, it's been near perfection. They're up 14 over Virginia. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here come the Irish back on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll go to the ground. Got room at the 35. Oh, look out, there he goes. The 20. He's at the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Irish.
Yeah, and coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The give from the gun.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains, and set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Looking to throw, it's Mack. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they find pay dirt from way out, covering 69 yards on the touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. They pick up a 6. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. The give to the back. Oh, look out! The 50. Past the 30. He's at the 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
And I know in talking to their offensive coordinator this week, he talked about getting this guy lathered up and going. They know that once he's got some momentum, he's really hard to stop. One of the top 10 rushers right now in the entire country, and they're trying to get him going early in this game.
They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll try to get the corner here on the jet sweep. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And to stop the jet sweep, you've got to be great at containing. You have to have players in the perimeter of your defense funnel the football and force it to go back inside. That time, that defense was not allowing that receiver to get outside.
Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. They run the reverse. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes that Alabama offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Back to pass, it's Mack. Hines is big tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Might as well stick with him. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Racing to the right. The 20, past the 10. Touchdown, Bama! And the comeback is on.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Ohio State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's building and prove you're legit. And did the Buckeyes ever do that? It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. At the 35, he's loose. Smashes through. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. And he's done it again, cracking 2 bills from scrimmage. He might be on his way to breaking Julius Jones' record set in 2003.
And I remember that game, and he showed you a little bit of everything. And that's what you see, man. You love getting guys the football multiple ways, inside, outside. And I tell you what, as a defense, you're trying to figure out, where's he going to be? How's he going to get the football? And when you focus in on him, it opens up other things. But right now, Notre Dame having their way because they're featuring their guy.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Inside the 30. He's loose. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10.
31, Alabama, 21.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass, it's Mack. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, picked off. Even with minimal gain on the return, they're working with a short field from the 36.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Here come the Irish back on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels, and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Going with the ground game left. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
He wants to throw.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. Notre Dame 31, Alabama 21.
The Irish send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Here comes that Alabama offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at second down.
And you got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here. On the move at the 30. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He's looking to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Lindsey. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Offense at an empty set. Looking to pass. It's Mack. Quickly to the tight end. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Here's the handoff. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Dumps it to the back. Got it on the outside. It's Hart. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sideline, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Finds his man down the middle.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a problem. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and you never complain.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Mack. Makes the grab over the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. To the ground to try to move the chains. In his sophomore season, he's really learned to find that running room.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got a man, it's Hamilton. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Back to throw, it's Mack. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Hey! Game's not over. Why you give it up?
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
Alabama.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 4th down, going to the air. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
After being stopped there on 4th down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
The give and tick, 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 tick.
Man, that D-tackle's a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
You gotta believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Handoff to the lone back. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. First down for this offense. He's going to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Lawrence. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play.